What's up guys, welcome back. We have not done an animal in a while. Apologies to the animal fans. I was like hooked on dinos from Rebirth. Revisiting the Howling Wolf. I think I did this like 6 years ago. Thought I'd try again. See if I've improved my Howling Wolves. Ugh. Excuse me. Oh. Okay, landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. Now, our Howling Wolf has a closed eye, okay? So we're going to give him just like this little sort of closed eye shape. Just in at his snout, right? So it comes down, joins the eye. Yes, we'll go like this. This little wrinkly closed eye thing. I'm going to darken it up, so we're going to go black inside. Make sure it's like spiky in the corners, and then color it black. If you like, you can make it look like his eye is closed, like that. But if you want to make it look like it's kind of open, you could do a little like a white dot in there. You know, it's like heavily shadowed except for a little shiny part. That's up to you. So then, around that, some eyelid lines, you know. Wolves are hairy, so lots of hair and stuff. So his snout then kind of comes up from here. Okay, we're going to go like fairly dead straight, so like up to his nose. And kind of around, and it's kind of like a square doggy nose, so down like that. So we could down here then, like he could have like a bit of a frown sort of for fur. You know, this kind of thing, which will gradually probably get bigger as it goes down towards his ear. Right, so we'll focus on his nose, so we'll just go up here and draw in this black sort of doggy nose sort of shape. Kind of a V there in the middle. And he'll have like a black shadow for the nostril there, and then we'll do another one depending on, yeah, we'll do another one here. We'll just shadow it up. And maybe align up the middle there. Okay, now that one's real skinny because, you know, it's turned to the side. So now his sort of open mouth. So he's got like a little top lip line there. And then we'll just run down for his either side of this, for his kind of lip. And it can be kind of hairy. Like that, right? So like a squiggly line if you want, you know. But you can do it smooth as well. And then the outside of his snout here. Could get little whiskers coming off there if you wanted to do that as well. So like, you know, there, tiny. So we could probably see one fang kind of sticking up from the mouth here. So say if I went so around, now his his mouth tends to be kind of sort of bumpy. You know, they've got that black lip sort of thing. Dogs tend to have kind of dark lips, canines, and then his chin sort of comes down this way. So, like, there could be like a tooth, like a fang just like sticking up here. And then we'll get like some fur sections, like it could be like real dark in there. Sometimes it's darker on their chin, you know. And then like that black lip kind of in there. And yeah, maybe texture up the lip a bit. And then do some sort of whisker dots, you know, these things, these lines of whisker dots that they have in their snout. So it's pure shadow in here. So I will color that black. Okay, so like his chin goes this way, kind of in underneath, and it gets kind of hairy here, and he's a big furry mane that comes out this way as well. So like, say there might be like an eye socket sort of situation there, and some sort of cheekbone stuff. Then it's like furry here coming from the eye, and his ear is pinned back. So we'll go back towards the ear now, because it's kind of flat against his head. Again, kind of just furry. And then a furry sort of ear then. And there's like all fur then. So in the ear, his hair kind of goes into his ear. So this is his ear here. Da-dum-dum. And then hair inside the ear, so it goes just like here. And it's really shadowy in there. It might not like pure black, it's probably just like a dark gray, like the color of his fur, you know. And then this is all furry here on the jaw. Okay. So then big mane, so timber wolf, I think this is probably a picture of a timber wolf I'm drawing from. So they have like very large like furry backs. Right, so we'll just add big spikes. Down here. And it might like join his back then, sort of down there somewhere. And then the mane comes right out from his chin. So we'll just go down from here, adding these large spikes. Okay, like here, it probably just goes down. What way does his, would his neck go? Yeah, it probably keeps being a bit furry down here as well. And then like inside we'll have sort of his trying to texture it up, you know. In here there might be some you can keep adding as much texture inside here as you'd like. Righty. What else? You could do a moon somewhere, maybe what, back here. Something circular to draw around a plate, you know, and you could color black, you could go white. Maybe I'll draw a circle just for anyone who wants to maybe put a moon in here. But of course, a moon is kind of a tricky business to shade and everything. You could do it just like white, you know, pure white. It's probably the easiest way, white and then like black around, and maybe some stars and clouds. You know, you could go crazy with it. That'd look good. Yeah, I might do some moon shading in here, you know, you could, what way is the moon? How does the moon look? I can't think. So, there's like craters and all sorts. That's probably not what the moon looks like, but you know, you get it. Yeah, of course you don't have to do the moon if that looks silly. You just leave it with a howling wolf. I always like drawing wolves. Haven't drawn one in ages. I think this is better than the first howling wolf I did 6 years ago. You do improve if you draw every day. It's just inevitable. Okay, Howling Wolf. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.